Hi, it's May 16th and I'm at my limit. You can see I haven't showered today. I got here to my parents' house on March 20th at late night, and basically up to this past week I was okay. I had a lot to focus on. I was preparing my room, getting back to work, focusing on work, helping clean up the house and all that. But it's getting to me, and I just feel basically just trapped and depressed. I feel stuck. Like, it's much easier to just sit here and languish rather than be creative or productive. It's like really suffocating here, and I really want to get out of the house. I have this plan. I want to visit the local library because I used to go there for community college, and I want to see if it's changed at all because it's a really impressive library. And then there's a shopping plaza nearby, so I wanted to check that out because they have a Petco and a lot of woman-oriented stores. And yesterday I made that a plan for today, and it seemed really good, like, to get out of the house and do that. But anytime today I'm trying to think okay, so are you gonna go? Are you gonna shower first? Like, I feel so timid. Maybe it's anxiety. I don't know what it is, but it's a bunch of emotions that just turns into depression. My friend came over unexpectedly. It was a last-minute decision, and it was going to be a while until she got here. So my mom pulled a superpower move and cleaned off the kitchen table, and I've showed you the kitchen table, and she did that in like 2 hours. It was great. And then the next morning there's already trash on it, starting to pile up from my brother and my father. So in the morning I cleaned it all up again, and my friend had bought pizza, and last night we ate it. We had a lot of leftovers, so in the morning I saw, okay, there's a lot left over. Let me package it in saran wrap so I can throw away this huge box, so it's not just taking up space on the table. So I packed up like 3 or 4 slices, and then that was before work, and so work started, and then I was hungry, so I ate one. This is relevant, I promise. And then lunch came around a few hours later. I'm like, okay, well, we have pizza. I might as well eat it. And I'd been inside all day, so I went outside and I unwrapped it, and there were fly eggs on it. So, and the box was closed all night. It was like closed. So I just have to pretend like everything was fine, and that first slice I ate in the morning was fine, because I already ate it. And I want to think like I would have noticed if that one was infected too. So yeah, I threw those slices out, and then I took another slice that was wrapped. I looked at it in the sunlight. Thankfully I was outside before I consumed this, because it's really dark in the house. And it looked fine, so I ate it. I was hungry. And then yesterday, day 2 after the table was cleaned, Again, I wake up and there's just tons of trash again. And with my brother, it's food waste. So, empty fast food boxes, half-eaten pasta made at home, just plates ready to be put in the sink, but they're sitting on the table and all that. So that was simple enough to figure out, like, sort that out. And then on my dad's side, there's open mail, there's drinks, beverage containers. And again, it was one thing so far, but he just brings random stuff to the table, and it's like, why is this here? What do you plan on doing with this? Why do you bring these odds and ends that are really hard to do anything with? So this time it was just like a plastic thing. It looked broken, so I threw it away. And I know today it's gonna be the same thing. I'm gonna wake up, I'm either gonna wait till everybody's asleep and then clean again, or I'll wait till the early morning tomorrow and clean. It's gonna be the same thing. And it's really frustrating because my spouse was in his room most of the time while my friend was over. So when he came out, he saw the table was clean. He's like, oh, that's so cool. And my dad said, yeah, we cleaned it. And that's just not true. He didn't do anything. So I'm just increasingly frustrated. And I don't even want to talk about the turtle. I just don't understand this sickness. And I like, when I start to think, like, if I was in my mom's shoes, living like this for year after year, with, if she brings it up with him, he has every excuse, and he justifies it. My dad, I'm talking about my dad. Every excuse justifies it. Sometimes turns the blame on her because she doesn't mean to be accusatory, but they both don't talk to each other well. They both come off as rude, or whatever you want to call it. I've heard their conversations, and there's a lot of misunderstanding in tone. So I just trying to imagine being her, I would go insane. So it's like no surprise to me that she's on all this medication, because I couldn't do this sober. I was just like, the past few days at least, I don't know if it's a whole 7 days, but I've just been really depressed because my mom's putting in so much effort again. I've seen this before. And my dad's just ruining it. Just oblivious of what the problem is, even though we've told him multiple times the problem. And I don't know if I brought this up earlier in a different video, but I wrote him a text message, like, explaining, once again, I try to do it in a really caring and loving tone, but bringing up, like, there is a problem. And he just ignored it, and it's been like 3 weeks since that happened, and he just completely ignored it. I didn't even know if he read it. So one time I decided to broach the subject when I was just with my mom, and she's like, oh yeah, he read that, because he asked me about it. And I'm like, okay, because just nothing has happened. So I can't even look him in the eye. It's like how sick is he? Like, what is going on in his head? And like I mentioned earlier, when I in a different video, like the first night I got there, I was like delirious with heat exhaustion, and he was defending himself like, you have no idea what I go through. But I've been living here for 2 months now, almost, and he doesn't do anything. If like he keeps himself occupied, yeah, but it's occupied with, oh, here's a new project I want to start. Not like he never throws anything away, like nothing, like maintenance, manners. He's a slob, you know. He never throws anything away, and all that just disgusting little pieces of garbage add up. Same old story, right? It's the same old story. This has happened before. I don't know why my mom deals with this. I mean, she doesn't. I'm sure she's tried, and now she's resorting to prescription drugs, all different kinds. And I don't even think she understands the reason. But to me, it's very obvious, like, this man is pulling you down. And they eat fast food more than once a day. I already explained, I think in another video, my brother just eats like shit. And it's hard to watch that happen. And it's the disconnect, like, my dad doesn't understand at all. Like, he's brought up a couple times, like, lovingly, like, you know, you could stay here as long as you want, there's always open doors. And it's like, I don't want to live like a rat in a cave. Like, you live like a goblin. Like, why do you think I moved to Tennessee? Why do you think I keep moving farther and farther away? Because this hurts to see. Of course, I would love to come home to a functional home. That'd be great. I would love to stay here. But to be here and watch everybody ruin themselves, and watch my dad not take accountability, because I do believe he needs to be the leader. Someone needs to be the leader. Everybody's given up, and it just hurts. And it really affects my life, because it's disappointing. You know, I could get into all sorts of reasons explaining how this affects my life, but the end result is I'm very depressed again. And there's no healthy option for me. Like, yes, I can... There's like two options for me. One is